What's up, guys? Welcome to week 198 of Skyrim Mods Weekly. So I know last week I named Mollog Balls Inferno as the best mod ever. Well, let's just say it did not take very long for another mod to challenge the throne. Out of almost 200 weeks, the two best mods ever made end up being 197, and now and the follower mod this week is none other than the former Ranger General of Silvermoon, the leader of the Forsaken, the Queen of Banshees. I don't even know what Banshees are. They might be those trucks you drive in Halo. But this is Sylvanas Windrunner from World of Warcraft. And as you can see, her face looks like Sylvanas' face. Her armor looks spot on. But what's this? There's even an optional file for pre-undead blood elf Serana. Oh fuck. Sylvanas, holy shit. It is glorious. Glory to the Sindora. Okay. If you thought Sylvanas was hot when she was dead, you ain't seen her when she was alive yet. Which is pretty much the same, except her skin's not great. When it comes to battle, Sylvanas is no pussy, unlike Pino, capable of taking out her signature bow and sniping down enemies, but at the same time, down to take her one-hander out and get down and dirty. With the obvious contributions of Pino contributing so much to every single battle we have, also she summons phantoms of herself, which may or may not make her slightly overpowered. Now the only issue is that you can kind of tell that she doesn't really belong in the universe of the Elder Scrolls. Her ears obviously too long to be Dunmer. Next up, we have a new player home mod called Azir's Dawn by Anti-Scamp. And I swear, homes just get better and better looking. So, step inside your newly acquired home that you had to do literally nothing for except step through the door. And look around and think to yourself, wow, what did I ever do to earn this? So this is one of the most eclectic homes ever, right? It takes inspiration from many styles, from the lore friendly to the non-lore friendly, a perfect mix so that it still feels lore friendly, while getting the perks and the aesthetics of the unlore friendly. So this home comes with a massive, unnecessarily long bedroom, children's rooms with the toys immersively scattered on the floor, almost as if you'd had children here all along and they've been playing with their toys immersively. Want to bring over some guests for the night? Is his name Nazim? Show him to his guest room. Why, here you go, sir. Here's your fine accommodations. A treasury room that makes Nazim look like a pleb. But who the fuck cares? Let's be honest, the only room that matters here is the bathing room. Wait, where are the sluts? Anyway, that aside, this is probably the most beautiful bathing room I've ever seen. You know, it's just sort of distinct lack of... Can't quite put my finger on what's... Oh, right. Scantily clad females occasionally walk into bodies of water. The food in the kitchen with that lighting, it's like virtual food porn. And the dining room is, of course, glorious, and this is all well and good. But unfortunately, there seems to be an unsolicited gap in these stairs, which single-handedly makes this the worst mod ever. Next mod. Just kidding. It was pretty awesome. This next mod is the result of over 1,700 hours over the course of 3 years by one modder. That, my friends, is dedication. And this, my friends, is The Forgotten City by Nick James Pierce. So this quest begins when you receive a letter from the courier. A woman has stumbled upon an ancient Dwemer city where the only entrance is a shaft. Her brother has jumped down and now you're gonna go look for him. Or you can accidentally push her down too, and then murder her when she tries to attack you. Well, that's that for that mod. Next up we have... No, I'm just kidding. So once you're down there, you realize that there's actually no way back up. Her brother's dead, and according to his letter...
For the lake house calls to you, and when it does, you must not listen.
There are only a few options here. Kill yourself, go into the lake house, or kill yourself. Because you better kill yourself, or I will. Kill him when he tries to kill you take the key to the lake house which he told you not to go into. So something terrible happened in the past that caused everybody in the Forgotten City to go extinct.
This is why, at the expense of my own life, I must open a portal that will take you into the past, before all this began.
The story here is no doubt the best of any Skyrim mod. It's so good that it really reminds me of blockbuster movies like Inception, Interstellar, and especially Edge of Tomorrow. And it's so cinematic as well, especially the custom composed soundtrack. It's almost like the Hans Zimmer to Christopher Nolan. That's probably just a dramatization, but you know what I mean. So there's something obviously very special and different about this city. The dwarves who built it left the inscription pretty much everywhere that says,
"The many shall suffer for the sins of the one."
So me, just normally seeing an important person on the edge of a very high cliff, naturally,
Good day, sir!
Shall suffer for the sins of the one.
and the moment this happened, I already knew that this mod was different. So this inscription pretty much states that if you commit a crime, everybody's gonna die. So seeing as how you came from the future and everybody was dead in the future, somebody obviously broke the law here, and it is your job to investigate and find out who would do such a thing, to hopefully stop him before he commits the crime and murders everybody.
A paradox, you see, would involve changing the past, so as to prevent the events which caused you to travel back in time in the first place.
What's amazing is how much freedom you have here to go about this investigation in your own way. It's not a quest line like the vanilla game, where you follow quest objectives one to another until you find the answer. This is completely non-linear. I literally have never felt such a sense of freedom in what I wanted to do. The whole town is one gigantic puzzle. It's people, the pieces, and your job is to assemble them and find out what's going on. But not only just people, but the town itself has so many secrets, it's ridiculous. Although it looks small and simple on the outside, you'll quickly realize that there's so much more to this town than meets the eye. From the Jarl Citadel, to the abandoned castle, to the underground tunnel system that connects to everybody's home, there's so much to see, stories to hear, puzzles to solve, before you get to the resolution. Unfortunately, it is possible to get to the resolution without having to do any of it at all. So the one huge price you have to pay for such non-linearity is the risk of stumbling upon the answer before you do everything else. That's right, if you look in the correct places, it is possible to finish this within 20 minutes, even though there's about 6 to 7 hours of content here. It's like fucking Mass Effect, where you don't go to any of the planets and then you do the final mission and everybody fucking dies. I just wish he put some sort of blockade or barrier, something you had to do before you were able to access that final answer to finish the mod. But what's most interesting is how the dwarves' law has affected everybody here. Just imagine a society where any sort of violence causes everybody to die. That is the city in a nutshell. Although everybody obeys the law because nobody wants to die, there are some people who use these rules to their advantage, and thus there are some darker things going on here. There are definitely some tough ethical dilemmas here, and if you make the wrong choice, boom, everybody's dead. Go back in time, redo it all over again. You're gonna find yourself walking back into the lake house constantly. But it's also cool because every time you come back, you know a little bit more. You're gonna make the right choices. And that is the beauty of this mod. You make choices, you see what happens. If everybody dies, you do it all over again. And the finale of this mod was magnificent. There's definitely a twist here. It'll throw you for a loop. You might not see it coming. And the ending is about as satisfying as any mod I've ever played, although technically the mod wasn't as advanced or highly scripted as Molag Bal's Inferno. The story, the soundtrack, playing in both the past and the present really made this mod one of a kind, and is undoubtedly a must-play mod.